come back on the Zoom call, please.
Your Honor, I have another case, I think.
Yes, I think you do too. And,
Okay.
Unfortunately there, Ms. Heredia, I have no, if I could get them to bring those people first, I would, but.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that.
Okay, yes, I believe you do. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I messed up as usual, and I'm rendering the clip that I got from Brecken, which I have not seen. I have seen this. This was sent to me by Alyssa. It's absolutely maddening. It makes me want to pull out the few remaining hairs I have. It's terrible. You're going to hate it. Let's do this thing.
And hopefully they'll be up soon.
Okay.
Ms. Alt, where are we at with Ms. Broussard-James?
She has decided that she is going to plead guilty to the charge today.
Okay. Do you need a few minutes to prepare paperwork?
I prepared it. I gave it to the prosecutor. He may need a moment to take a look at it.
No, Your Honor should have it.
I'm sorry. It's going to be an unagreed recommendation.
What's that? This is Broussard James. And ma'am, I'm going to need you to move a little bit so I can see your face on camera.
Oh, it really hurts because I'm kind of like, and I'm handcuffed, so.
But could you slide your chair a little bit?
No, I actually can't. He just moved me when he came in here.
I mean, this is minor, but that just makes me nuts. That just makes me nuts. I just want the judge to say, Mr. Allen, go in there and, give her the back of your hand for a second. She doesn't get any more endearing.
All right, before we get to the plea, I'll just real quick point out we have a secondary case, and it'll make sense if I make this motion before we proceed. So city's moving to revoke probation on case ending 0328. Basis is 4 new law violations, 3 of those, 2 in Olympia, 1 in Fircrest, and then this new Lacey charge by the time we get to...
Yeah, you can't sit up straight with handcuffs. I'm not buying it. I've seen it done.
Discussing sanction, all 4 will be convictions.
So,
Oh,
is it
excuse me, there's also a felony.
Broussard? Oh, sorry, Mr. Sharpie.
I apologize, I missed it earlier, Your Honor. I failed to mention there's also part of that motion to revoke 2024 in July. There's a firearm possession, unlawful firearm possession conviction as well. So that's 5 new law violations.
So again, I'll start from the top.
There's just a lot of times you guys make me laugh, but I can't really put the comment up. You know what I'm saying? I won't specify.
Her name is Larciana Broussard-James.
Yes, sir.
So your charge currently, when the new charge with 1 count of theft, there's an older charge from 2023, which is theft and malicious mischief. But the new charge today, you want to plead guilty to that theft. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was like $11. It was a pair of pants or a shirt.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute, ma'am. I just you want to plead guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand when you plead guilty, you give up all the rights contained in paragraph 5 of the plea form? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The maximum you can receive for this is 364 days.
But the other thing I just can't stand here, and I know I'm an old dinosaur, but it just pisses me off, is she just never takes accountability for this thing. If I was on the bench, I would just max her to the extent I could. It bugs me. She thinks she's justified in taking other people's property. Okay, the item is $11. Then pay for it. If you can't, don't take it. It's a fundamental problem, much worse than the amount of the item. I'm not buying any of it. It makes me insane. I don't know why. I'm actually in a good mood, but this clip makes me cranky as hell.
Jail and a $5,000 fine. The city's going to recommend 30 days, 365 days in jail with 334 suspended. And then for you to serve 30 days, don't have any criminal law violations, and stay away from Target. And then they're going to request some legal financial obligations as well. You understand that?
So I would have to serve 30 days.
No, hear me out. The city's going to recommend. I expect your attorney, Ms. Alt, is going to recommend something different. So
Yeah.
it doesn't know how long you're going to have to spend here just yet. I'm going to hear argument from both sides, and then I'll decide. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand I'm not bound to follow either one of those recommendations, either from Ms. Alt or from Mr. Sharp? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody making any threats or promises other than what's contained in the plea recommendation to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Paragraph 11 of your plea form says on February 12th, 2025, you wrongly obtained property of another not exceeding $750 in value, which was clothing, and then this occurred in Lacey. Is that true?
Yes.
In a minute, I'll give you the opportunity. You wanted to talk about what exactly happened. You'll have that opportunity in a second. But do you have any questions at all about what's happening here today?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea, enter a finding of guilty to theft, enter a finding the plea was made knowingly and voluntarily. Mr. Sharp, I'll hear from the city.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask that the court adopt the recommendation as provided. It's all-inclusive, meaning it includes the sanctions for the probation violations of all 5 of those new law violations. Couldn't help it over here, Mr. Broussard James earlier portraying this as a de minimis theft. The city would disagree, according to the police report that I reviewed this morning. And the allegation by the city, this was over $600 worth of clothing.
No.
Well,
Okay, so ma'am, you'll have a chance. Don't interrupt him, and then I'll make sure he won't interrupt you either.
Okay.
Your Honor, that's
Sorry.
while she's on probation in Lacey for a theft from just across the street at Fred Meyer back in 2023, and then in the interim has had 2 convictions for theft, one out of Olympia, one out of Fircrest, and then there was that assault charge out of Olympia, and then the firearms possession. So all told, we probably are talking more about the probation violations being the driving force here. City believes 30 days is generous under these circumstances.
Ms. Alt.
Yeah, I would just want the court to know a little bit more about my client. She does have a job. She's working 4 days a week. It sounds like she's supporting several of her siblings as well as her son who reside with her.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this for 1 minute. This makes me insane. It's just cultural rot. I wasn't going to play this clip because it makes me so insane. It's minor. It's low stakes stuff. It's just conceptually just annoys the hell out of me. But here we are. She supports all those people. No way. She is getting all sorts of assistance. And if she sought assistance, she would get it. None of this is required. It's complete entitlement. It's annoying as hell. I can't stand it. I can't walk into my local Walgreens and purchase something off a shelf, and you can't either because these people are running amok.
I know that she is struggling financially. Just given the nature of what the offense was, we're asking that the court not impose any additional time, given the family members that she's supporting. Obviously, if she's in custody for a long period of time, she's going to lose that job. So that's what.
If I'm on the bench, she is sitting in jail until she can at least fake a sincere apology for it. I don't even ask that it be sincere. I'm just saying you have to pretend that you understand that this is wrong and you're not, and say that you're not going to do it again. I don't believe that you're not going to do it again, but you have to at least say it or you're going to rot until you do. Another reason why I'm not on the bench.
We're asking at this time. Thank you.
What's your perspective? Mr. Sharp is saying several $100s. What's alleged to have, what's your perspective on that? Ms. Alt, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Mr. Sharp. Your Honor, my understanding is the items were clothing items, which certainly could be related to a crime of necessity. So that's my information as far as what was stolen. And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was able to look at this extremely briefly. I was didn't have a ton of time to speak with her.
So Ms. Broussard James, let me, I told you I'd give you a chance to speak, and so now you have that chance.
Yeah,
Go ahead, I'll hear from you.
they said that it was that much, but they looked in my bag, they got the shirt out, it had a clearance tag on it. It was a pair of, it was a shirt, not a pair of pants.
Oh yeah, it had a clearance sign on it, so that means it's free. That means she's unilaterally decided to apply the 5-finger discount. And we're all supposed to feel sorry for her. Let her rot.
It was one shirt, not a pair of pants, and they said that it was $600. How could one shirt be $600?
No, it depends on who makes it, I guess. Mr. Sharp,
Yeah.
Anything
love to
further?
clarify that, Your Honor. We're not talking about one item. There's an itemized receipt with the dollar amounts from Target. I'm just glancing at it and I see roughly 24 items. Officers described finding Broussard James.
so ma'am, I do need you to be quiet while he's speaking. Like I say, I won't let him speak when you're speaking, but so let him finish, please. And I'll give you a chance to respond.
Officer described finding her wearing layer upon layer upon layer of clothing that matched price tags that had been removed in the fitting room that she had taken the items into. I'm not sure why.
Oh, so she's layered up with stolen stuff, and she knows it, and she makes that argument with a straight face in court. Disgusting.
There's a discrepancy in the account given by defense here, Your Honor. Police report makes that pretty clear and with detail as to each of these items.
Okay, Ms. Broussard James, it'll be your turn. Now I'll give you the last word here.
Yeah, okay, so the day before I came in here, so not yesterday, the day before, it was 14 degrees outside. And I'm an informant for the city, and I was over where the homeless camps were, and I had layers of clothing on. It's not my normal clothing. Like, they were all dirty. They all were, like, purchased at Goodwill. None of that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It's not your normal clothing. In fact, it's not your clothing at all. What it is items that you were stealing.
Is from Target. So yeah, it was normal. I had layers of clothes on. So they're lying about that. I don't know how I could have 24. They took a picture of me too, and it looked really fat. It looked like somebody that was 300 pounds and showed it to me. Like they were following me in the store with a phone. And I was like, so how would I look like that? But earlier that night, I was at the restaurant Fatso's. That same night, yesterday night, was in the restaurant Fatso's, was using the bathroom, and they kicked me out because right next door to Fatso's is the THC of Olympia and then the homeless camp. I'm not really a part of the homeless.
Wait a second. I didn't catch this the first time. There's a Fatso's right next to the THC of Olympia. Well, I guess I was wrong. Society seems to be in order. Everything's fine. I feel better now.
Camp.
So, ma'am, I just want to know about what happened in Target. And
yeah,
so
right.
And I've heard, and again, I've heard your side of the story, but go ahead.
Basically, it just seems like they were setting me up. Because that's a lie. It was only one thing, but I plead guilty to it anyways. I don't really care. I just want to get out for my kids and my brother and sisters.
Right. So you have some warrants you need to take care of. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. I'm getting taken care of immediately.
Okay. Where are you working now? Ms. Alt told me you have a job. What's your job?
It's at Safeway.
Say that again?
It's at Safeway.
Okay. Which Safeway?
38th Street.
You know she's working at Safeway. She's just robbing them blind, too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
In Tacoma? What do you do there?
I run the register and I stock things.
All right, ma'am. When are you scheduled to work again?
Sunday.
Say that again, please.
Sunday.
Sunday.
No.
Your mailing address on Fairbank Street in Tacoma?
Yeah.
Well, like I say, I hear what you say. I heard what the city said. You need to not put yourself in a position where you get arrested because you could end up losing your job, losing your livelihood, and that would just set you further back. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You need to take care of those warrants so you can do those on your own terms. But
Okay.
given, be 364 days in jail, 363 suspended, credit for a day. Don't have any criminal law violations and stay out of target.
Okay.
Something like this happens again, ma'am, you'll be sitting there for a while. Do you understand that?
Okay.
That would help.
That's it for today. You'll get released here later today.
Okay. I'm done.
And then you just, no additional sanction.
Oh, she'd still be sitting in jail. I wasn't going to do that clip, but then I had a rendering issue. But while we're on, why not? I've got another short clip of cultural rot that I didn't really get around to, but let's do it. Why not? I'm in a mood.
But I don't believe I would be able to get much of anywhere with him.
Here we go. Here we get a nice view in the current state of the American family. This is good stuff.
Love, exciting and new.
Mr. Kreger,
Yes, Your Honor.
you understand that the court has ordered you to pay child support. If you want to challenge the amount, you need to file a motion and schedule a hearing regarding the amount of child support. Until that happens, the child support has been ordered by the court and you're responsible for it.
Your Honor,
I mean, who could see that the neck tattoo lady was going to come at you for child support? I mean, come on. I have no sympathy for anybody involved in any of these. I'm just done.
I don't know how to file a motion or do any of that legal stuff. So can you appoint me a lawyer and
No,
get this sorted out?
You're not entitled to an attorney unless we're going to put you in jail.
Well, I've been put in jail twice.
Okay. Have you talked to Kansas Legal Services?
I cannot be,
It appears we may have lost him, Your Honor.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Judge, like, don't worry about it. He's coming back. I thought he was insane, but he was right. He does come back. By the way, this doesn't go anywhere. It's just depressing, and then I cut it off. I wasn't going to use it. Hopefully, my other thing is downloaded by now.
sorry about that, Your Honor.
That's all right. It happens.
No, the Kansas Legal Services gives me two answers every single time. One, they are unable to represent me because they don't have the staff. Or two, they won't represent me because they have a conflict of interest due to the fact that Shannon had retained Kansas Legal Services at the beginning of our child custody case.
Okay. And you haven't retained anybody else?
I don't have the money, Your Honor.
I mean, he doesn't. The guy really doesn't have the money, but I mean, you were there when all this happened. You know, like you can foresee that you need to get the money. And what chance does this kid have? I mean, look at these knuckleheads.
Ms. Harper, will you set up a hearing on the current child support obligation to review it and make sure it's correct?
You can, Your Honor. I do want to let you know that child support was actually just modified a couple of months ago. There's a DRA
I've just got this small clip. It's about done.
from Mr. Krieger that was filed. If I can find that file date.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Are you appearing from a castle or something?
No, no, Judge. But you're welcome.
Okay, maybe this will be more fun. Alyssa sent this. No. Brecken sent this to me. I have not seen any of it. So we're going on a bold adventure. Hopefully I get in a better mood. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It should probably be fun, even though we don't know what's coming. Don't watch Dumb Court by yourself. That's what I say. Just do it here on Law Talk with Mike, with the world's foremost expert on pointing and laughing at stupid legal stuff.
To my castle, so.
Thanks, Mike. Michael Daniel Womack.
Are you Michael Womack?
Yes, sir.
Related to Bobby Womack?
I wish.
Who's Bobby Womack? You what?
Who's Bobby Womack, Judge?
You wouldn't know about it. You don't worry about it, Mr. Murad. Don't worry about it.
You guys always do this.
He knew who Bobby Womack was.
I did too, and so did Miss.
I'm not going to make
Mr. Womack.
I wish Miss Stevenson was here for this case, Judge.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. What is your
Good
name?
evening. Good evening.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Kayla Robinson.
Okay, now this is cheering me up. This is light and bubbly. I like it.
How are you today?
I am fine.
Very good. Thank you so much for taking my case today. Thank you for representing me today, sir. I appreciate you.
Of course.
I know you.
You listen. Let's just focus on what's important, Mr. Burton.
No, I can't do this. I know you.
Oh, I know. And let me tell you.
Hey, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Just step aside, Miss Kayla. No, Miss Kayla, Miss Kayla. Step aside. I know you.
Okay, that was more fun.
What is your name, sir?
William Nash.
Speak up, please.
William Nash.
Okay, Mr. Nash has two cases. And some traffic matters. First, the traffic matters. Mr. Nash, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. A result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants for you. Personal bonds in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have the right to an attorney. You can't afford an attorney. One will be appointed on behalf. The ticket is U616-06310. Alcohol-related violations. Pretrial will be on this March 7th in front of Judge Millhouse at 9 a.m. Now to your two main cases. Case number 240-451-0901. Pearson, Michigan versus William Nash, retail fraud, third degree. And case number 240-440-9701, Pearson, Michigan versus William Nash, also retail fraud, third degree. Appearances.
I'm both. Steve Benson for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, the court will continue a not guilty plea on Mr. Nash for both matters. Ms. Rushing, why should I not continue the $100 10% capious bond set by Judge Bryant in both of these matters, particularly in light of the fact that he's had a bond redetermination hearing September 20th of last year, where Chief Judge McConaughey gave him a $100 personal bond with a GPS tether to curfew and do not return to location, and 1 month later failed to appear October 17th for these matters. Where does it end?
Your Honor, my client has stable housing. He understands that he needs to appear. He said it's a new year, new him, Judge. He doesn't have one cent to his name, so he's not able to post any bond. But he said he will show up to court. He understands he needs to show up. He's starting 2025 off. He wants to get this closed out and get it on the right foot.
Seriously?
He's had multiple chances.
I mean, I give her credit. It's a horrible argument, but she's got nothing. She went with it's a new year. I mean, when you got nothing, you got to say something anyway.
How many more chances did he get? And he's on tether, correct? He's still on tether?
Your Honor, I don't have that in my notes that he is on tether. So I'm not sure if he is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Your Honor, he's so yes, he does have tether. Again, he does have stable housing, and Your Honor, again, it's new year. He's trying to, try to get everything off on a better foot. So we're hoping that you're going to give him one more opportunity in 2025.
He can't be us with a tether. All right. Any response from Mr. Vincent?
I mean, listen, there's no better person to try to argue for a defendant than Miss Rushing. And I know that, she's doing everything she possibly can. But when I see all of these failures to appear and redeterminations and tethers, and then while on warrant status,
I'm feeling even better now. First of all, this defense attorney has a ridiculous argument, but she's charming and she knows it. And then Steve Vincent comes back with a pile of reasonableness, but delivers it gently. Life is good.
Picking up new offenses and then failing to appear in the new cases on top of the old cases. I mean, it's clear the intention is not to show up. Unfortunately, it puts the people in a compromised position because, we have a job to do. We empathize, but at this point, it almost appears as though he has to stay in jail in order to show up for court in order to get these matters handled. So that's what we would be asking, for you to continue both.
I agree with you, Mr. Vincent. I'm going to continue to keep his bond. Enough is enough. Like I said, he's been to tether, bond determination. How many chances do you get? And it clearly, he's had multiple opportunities to do this. So the court's going to continue the $100 10% cash bond set by Judge Bryant.
How much, Your Honor?
I'll take it.
Just got to pay $20, $10
It's a win
in
for
each
society.
case.
It's a small win, but we'll take it.
Bond redetermination will be Monday, February 10th, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Pretrial, February 19th in front of Judge Bryant. No contact with the Shell gas station nor Exxon Mobil gas stations. Do you have any questions regarding bond conditions and a court date, Mr. Nash?
Oh, I'm going to jail.
You're already in jail.
I'm going to the county jail. I'm on tether. I don't know how. Listen,
So what is your question, sir?
I have no restrictions. I have no restrictions.
No restrictions.
Only restriction I have.
I mean, you're already on tether now, sir.
Only some shit.
I'm just, Mr. Nash, just listen. The only thing I'm doing is continuing the cash bond set by Judge Bryant, which is $100, 10% for each case. That's $10 for each case, a total of $20. That's all you need to post to get out, sir. Your bond determination.
I ain't gonna get out. I'm gonna be in jail until I go to court or until that court day come. $20 for each case. Man, look.
Good.
My bond had got paid one day for $10. Look.
Mr. Nash, I'm going to ask that you, Mr. Nash, the judges made his ruling. You're going to have a redetermination hearing on Monday. You do have the right to, speak if you want, but I'm going to advise you not to, because anything you say can and will be used against you.
What's all the court dates?
The 10th and the
Bond
19th.
redetermination Monday, February 10th. Pretrial February 19th in front of Judge Bryant for both of these matters.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, step aside, Mr. Nash.
I still can't talk. I'll be in
You can talk if you want to. Your attorney's advising you not to.
Well, when Monday comes, I'm not showing up at court. Nah.
Okay, have a good day, sir.
Man, another good day.
See you on Monday.
The judge.
Oh, that was fun.
$10 fine.
We're off the record. You all right, Ms. Kirkland?
Oh, thank you.
Was it something I said?
I'm not sure I'm pretty now. Okay. I'm gonna hurt you on Monday. They're gonna hurt us.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Feel like I'm in a therapy session right now or something.
Oh, do you need it, Mr. Vincent?
I don't know. No.
Don't we all?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. That's Magistrate. I have a meeting that's scheduled with my supervisor at 1 p.m. Can we stretch this last case or these last cases out so I don't have to make that appointment? Can we?
You know what? I'll tell you what I'll do for you, Mr. Vincent. I will leave you in the Zoom room by yourself.
Okay, thanks for all your help.
2404122.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sazan Barda, P65425 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Morning, Your Honor. Sean O'Mara on behalf of Mr. Lond.
Okay, I'm going to need you just to keep your voice up or turn your volume up there, Mr. O'Mara. So I didn't see this. I was given this morning, this motion to set aside the dismissal of the counterclaim. So it's your motion, Mr. O'Mara. You can go ahead and proceed.
Your Honor, just briefly, I put in the wrong, first time probably in 15 years, I've missed a pretrial. It was in my calendar for the, I put it in for February instead of January. So I do apologize. I did show up. I was late and I did miss it. That's my fault. I'm just asking that the dismissal of the counterclaim be set aside. It was my error. But I think there's no prejudice to plaintiff here. We haven't really started the case. So with that, I would believe that the sanction I'm hoping will be set aside and we can proceed forward.
Mr. Barda.
Your Honor, this is a straightforward collection matter for a credit card whereby defendant purchased about $11,500 from May 2020 to August 2020 on Nike.com, StockX. He was buying tennis shoes, and I don't know if he was buying, I don't think he was buying them to wear. I think he was buying them to flip some type of business venture. But this was an original creditor of Capital One Cabela's card. My client purchased that debt with the bill of sale and all the chain of title documents attached to our complaint. So everything that brother counsel is saying goes towards the defense of the action. But how they can turn around and file a counter complaint against Portfolio Recovery Associates just to collect the money, it has absolutely zero merit. And I don't believe the counterclaim should stand. And that's why last week I didn't ask for a default to our claim, because that does have to be decided on the merits by the Honorable Judge McNally. But what we don't have to do is go back and entertain a counterclaim against my client who is just trying to collect $12,000 or whatever we filed suit for, $13,917 from the purchase of tennis shoes on a credit card. It just doesn't, it's meritless.
Mr. O'Mara?
Yeah, can I briefly respond? So,
yeah, nice and loud though. I'm having a hard time getting you real good here.
I'm sorry about that. It's my microphone. I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Just keep your voice up nice and loud for me, please.
I'll try to be as loud as possible, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, this is a debt buyer case, okay? And Portfolio Recovery is fully aware of the statutes that they're being countersued under, okay? The whole premise of the counterclaim is that Portfolio Recovery makes a business decision not to be able to actually validate anything with the debt. So when it comes down to the bill of sale, the bill of sale is an unidentified, there's a controlling agreement that I would like them to produce, okay? So when filing a collection complaint does not in and of itself violate the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, but when they make a business decision not to be able to validate anything with the debt, it absolutely does. Again,
What is the basis for the counterclaim, Mr. O'Mara?
Your Honor, the basis would be that the collection action itself, right, is governed by that they make a business decision not to be able to validate anything with the debt. That would be the basis of the underlying agreement. So I would like.
What kind of damages would your client sustain?
Well, no, there's statutory damages and then my attorney fees. They're well aware of this. I've been doing this exclusively for 15 years in state and federal court. They're aware of the counter complaint. They're aware of the issues that present in every one of their cases. They're not the original creditor. This is it's just.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
This happens every day in here. I get it.
Right.
I understand.
Right. So
but what's the basis? What's the base? What kind of damages do you have? Because you're telling me essentially that somebody can't validate the debt.
Correct.
And now, therefore, you get to assert a counterclaim?
Absolutely. That would be.
Wouldn't that just be, listen, Judge, we're entitled to summary disposition or no cause of action, and now we're entitled to sanctions
No,
because they brought a wait on, let me finish. Because they brought a frivolous action.
No, it would be a deceptive practice under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act when they do a sleight of hand as they do. So that would be the basis of it. So that is fairly clear in my counter complaint. It's an independent action. Now I could go to there's concurrent jurisdiction. It's a federal statute, but the state courts are authorized to hear these claims. We brought it in state court. So they would have to be saying that there's something pled in my pleadings that is not actionable, and that's not true. So what happened here is I inadvertently missed the pretrial, and I had a sanction of dismissal.
I get it. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me finish. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set aside the dismissal of the counterclaim. I don't like having to call lawyers. I'm getting tired of calling lawyers on pretrial dates. It's ridiculous. It really is. I sit here on this bench and I marvel of the number of lawyers that don't show up as though they are incapable of keeping dates. Let me finish. I'm going to set aside the dismissal. Okay? But that's why I did this. Mr. Barta asked me to, and I don't understand why people aren't showing up. I get the fact that mistakes are made, but way too many in this generation. So I'm going to go ahead and set aside the dismissal of the counterclaim, reinstate the counterclaim. But I want to caution you, Mr. O'Meara, I don't care what you're running by certain judges. I'm telling you, if I find this is a frivolous claim, I'm going to assess attorney fees against you personally and against your client. That's all I'm going to say about it. I get the fact that we all make mistakes. I make them too. I'm reinstating the counterclaim. You can present an order to that effect. But this stuff about suing debt collectors on counterclaims, I don't get it. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's the order of the court. You can submit your order setting aside the dismissal of the counterclaim and reinstating it, and we will go from there. Anything else, Mr. O'Meara or Mr. Barta?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's got the judge in the background there?
I'm back, Your Honor.
Yeah, he might want to just go ahead and voluntarily dismiss that counterclaim.
Davis would like to avail herself of that.
Mr. Salome, you gotta mute.
Settling at 66%.
Mr. Salome, you gotta mute yourself, sir. All right.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please disarm Court Vanessa Moss, P63901, representing Mr. Robert Lake.
Mr. Lake, your name, please.
Robert Lake.
All right. You just don't have all the discovery yet, right?
We have no discovery at all, Your Honor.
Why is that happening?
The prosecutor said that his file didn't have anything, so we don't have anything. They don't have anything right now.
All right. So you need an adjournment, and I'll set the PCC on the 18th, the exam on the 25th. Mr. Lake, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Your lawyer needs an adjournment so she can acquire discovery and review it. If I grant that request, that means the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
I kind of do.
Well, I got to make sure. Your lawyer needs an adjournment. She doesn't have the discovery materials. She has to.
All right, I did it. I surrendered. I got me what do I have here? Mango high noon. Thank you to Food Fairy, who provided this to me the other day. Food Fairy makes fantastic food, and she happens to live a couple blocks from me. Let me tell you, if you can get on that list, it's a good place to be.
Prepare a defense and read everything. She wants me to adjourn the case for a week for the probable cause conference. If I do that, that means you're not going to have a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes.
Do you wish to waive that right?
No.
So you want your lawyer to come in here unprepared?
Oh, no.
Is it just me, or is that voice creepy as hell?
I'm just asking you.
No.
If
I don't understand what you're saying, really. This is all new to me.
All she's asked, listen. All she's asking for is a week adjournment so she can get the discovery. Okay? The materials. That's what she wants. She needs to prepare. And all I'm telling you is if I grant that request to adjourn, the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes, I do.
I can't hear you, sir.
I still don't understand that. It's all, I don't get it.
All right. Counsel, I'm only going to ask him one more time, and then I'm going to have you go in a breakout room. If he's not going to waive his right, I can't grant
Creepy and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
it. I'm going to try one more time. Listen to me very, very, very carefully. Today's your probable cause conference. Your lawyer wants an adjournment. She needs to read the police reports and all the materials and properly prepare a defense. She's asking me, not me, she's asking me to adjourn the case so she can get discovery. If I grant that request, that means that the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. I want to make sure you understand that. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now, do you wish to waive that right?
No.
I know everybody's idea. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with them. That's the best I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna take the waiver of that when he's telling me he doesn't want to waive it. So I'll put you in a breakout room.
If I can, Mr. Lake, you and I just talked the other day. I told you we didn't have discovery, that we were going to have another date. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. The judge is asking you if you agreed to waive the 14 days. When you and I met the other day, I told you we didn't have it. So the likelihood is that we were going to have to get another date. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what the judge was asking.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you again. Do you wish to waive that 14-day rule?
No. Yes. I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know. I don't understand.
Time out.
I do not understand.
You can't talk like time out. You can't talk like that, please. You just can't talk like that, all right? You cannot talk like that in here.
I know.
Counsel, I'm going to let you go into a room or try one more time, but I'm not going to keep everybody else waiting. If he doesn't want an adjournment, I'm keeping the exam on next week.
I just didn't understand. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have to apologize. I don't know what else to tell you. Your lawyer wants an adjournment. She wants the case heard next week, the probable cause conference next week.
Yeah.
You have the right to have it this week and not have it go to next week. Do you understand that?
I want to words, I want her to whatever she's.
Stop talking if I don't ask you a question, please. Okay? Do you want me to adjourn the case as your lawyer wants me to?
Yes.
So do you waive your right to have the probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment?
Yes.
All right. I'll accept the waiver. Counsel, PCC February 18th at what time, Lisa?
9:30.
At 9:30, and the exam is going to go on the 25th at 10:15. 10:15, okay? And that will be obviously in person, Ms. Moss. Listen, if they don't get the discovery to you, there's no reason for that. So if you don't have it the next day or two, you bring that up with me next week, okay?
Okay, I will do so, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you, sir. Bonds.
All right, Bryken. I'm going to have to thank you for that one. That was perfect law talk with Mike material. Stupid, creepy, and funny.
Continue. Thank you.
Do you need Mr. Sorrell, Your Honor?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
I think so. Sorrell. Your Honor, this is Gregory Smith.
All right, I need the file on Sorrell. Who has Solomon Knight? I can't take that on 7694A. He's already been convicted of that. You guys are gonna have to figure out something else. He's already got one or two on there. Gregory Sorrell, 25W702221. Your name, sir?
Gregory L. Sorrell.
Michael A. Carmen, P73824 on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
So this is going to be a plea as charged, or just a plea to disorderly person?
Yes, Your Honor, with disturbing the peace to be dismissed.
All right. Sir, if you plead guilty to disorderly person, Possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You have the constitutional right to a jury trial. At a trial, you have the right to question their witnesses, bring in your own witnesses, use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand all your rights?
Yes, sir.
You understand if you plead guilty, you're waiving the presumption of innocence and you're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
All right, to the charge of disorderly person, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in the city of Woodhaven, county of Wayne? So just so everybody understands, there was 2 counts and he's pleading to count 1, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, so to the charge again of disorderly person, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On January 31 of 25 rather, were you at the Five Guys restaurant in the city of Woodhaven?
Yes.
And what did you do? What did you do that makes you guilty of disorderly person?
I don't know. I went in and got a shake and bought a shake, and then I was doctoring my toe. And it took a while to fix my toe because I got frostbite. And then that was it. Then my cart, they moved my carts outside, my Meyer carts where I had bottles and cans in. And then I went outside and my hat blew off. And then I just came in and told them that you don't move my carts. That was it. Lord did.
Will you enlighten me, help me out here?
Your Honor, can I have audio of my client?
Yes.
Mr. Sorrell, you went into the Five Guys restaurant, correct?
Yes.
Did you make any type of loud commotion in there?
No.
Did they ask you to leave at some point?
They asked me to leave, yeah, and I was doing that. I was collecting all my stuff because I had quite a bit because I was fixing my toe, putting bandages and stuff on my toe where I had frostbite. Yeah.
Okay, but did you not leave right away after they asked you?
I couldn't leave right away. I was in the middle of doing, yeah. No, I didn't right away, no.
Okay, and due to that, did the police have to be called out?
Yeah, they were called out. Yeah, of course, they're called out all the time.
And then they arrested you because someone from the restaurant called them, correct?
Right. The guy, the manager. Yeah, the manager.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied.
Are you on probation or parole, Mr. Sorrell?
No.
Anybody in the world force you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted to count 1, disorderly person.
Oh my God, but here's another one. He's like the first one. He doesn't see what's wrong with it or pretends to not see what's wrong with it. Like, he's like, okay, I'm adjusting my disgusting toes in an establishment that's trying to sell food. He can't see where that's a problem. It makes me nuts.
And count 2, disturb the peace, is dismissed. So I'll just make a note of that. Mr. Sorrell, would you please listen to me?
Yes.
You've been in front of me on these cases and businesses for how many years now?
I'm not going to be here no more, Your Honor. I'm getting ready to I'm getting Social Security 1,000, and I've got a bunch of stuff saved up that I'm going to sell, and I'm going to live on a boat, man. And I got a motorhome coming, a 48-foot motorhome, guys. I won't be returning to over these.
Well, where are you gonna live this winter?
I'm going to be down south. I'm moving, man. I don't have to stay here. Remember, I got a good judge down here. He canceled my probation. He canceled it. The best judge ever canceled probation down here. I don't deserve probation anyway, man. I didn't even do that one charge. I just pleaded to it. Right.
Mr. Sorrell.
Yeah.
I can't have you going into business after business after business after business and hanging out and creating disturbances. I'm telling you that. Listen, please.
Okay.
I've been telling you this for years now, and you keep coming back here. I mean, how many times you been in front of me now? This is crazy. I mean, you're 65 years old, right? 64, and you're constantly in court for this same thing. I mean, I don't know what to do with you. I don't want to put you in jail.
I'm not gonna come to Woodhaven. I'm getting ready to move out of Woodhaven. I'm not gonna be in Woodhaven. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be on Lake Erie. Yeah, I'm moving out by Lake Erie. I'm moving out to Monroe. Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
You've been telling me that. You got warrants all over the place. I need to see a police report. Can you see if he's got the police report, please, John? Did you see it?
Your Honor, I think this is the one I had in my email.
I just don't know what to do with you, Mr. Sorrell.
This is it. I'm not coming back. If you let me talk, Your Honor, I'm not coming back. I'm leaving, but I'm leaving within a week. I won't be coming back to put it anywhere near you people. All right, there you go. I'm not.
Prosecutor's gonna check.
I gotta get out of the cold anyway. I gotta get all of this.
Wait a minute. Wait, will you please wait until I get the report? Just wait, and I'll let you talk, I promise, but you've been coming in front of me, I don't know how many times. You're either in here or down with Judge Heston. I mean.
I promise I'm not going to. Honest to God, I will not be back. I am leaving Woodhaven as soon as I get my stuff the heck out of here.
You've told me that. You got warrants out of Romulus, out of the 27th, and why not? Stop interrupting me, please.
Okay, go ahead. Let me talk when I can.
You got one out of Taylor, another one out of Taylor. You got 4 warrants out for your arrest. And you keep coming back here, and I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I've tried to talk to you. I've tried to work with you. I've tried to help you, but I can't help you anymore. I just can't help you. So I either got to keep letting you go or send you away, and I don't want to do either one of those things. Okay, so they got to get paper discovery in here too, Mr. Muhammad. Do you have it or not?
Yeah, I'm just pulling up the case, Judge. Yes.
Let me see, please. I still need.
This is so painful. I can just relate to Judge McNally so much, and I know what he's like. I don't know what to do, and this is why everyone always asks me if you want to be on the bench. Like, no, because I'm just not as nice and polished as Judge McNally. I'm just not, and I'm not going to be. He's thinking every thought I have in every one of these cases, but has the ability to soften it up a little. I don't.
Paper. I know I'm old school, but I need paper. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to be scrolling up and down laptops.
You want me to email it to you?
No, not at this point, but try to get paper in there, okay? There's a version of paper all of a sudden.
I think maybe just an older case.
Hold on. You're smoking in the business.
I wasn't smoking in no business. I don't think I got proof of that. I didn't smoke in no business.
You didn't smoke in the bathroom?
No.
They were lying to the police?
Hey, everybody thinks I'm a liar. I'm tired of it. I don't know. I'm about Jesus, man. I read about Jesus every day in witness. I'm tired of it. I'm always a liar. I'm always the one that's guilty. I'm tired of it.
Down.
Guilty all the time. You don't let me talk. You don't ever let me talk either.
Well, has it occurred to you that perhaps everybody is right? I do like that. I read about Jesus, man. Oh, well, then I'm sure you're perfect.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Carmen?
Your Honor, I would ask that the court consider an immediate sentencing and consider a credit for time served. Mr. Sorrell has been in custody for 11 days now. Seems with an offense of this nature that would probably be an appropriate sentence.
Yeah. Sure.
Give me a probation order, will you?
Probation. What am I getting probation on that?
Stop.
If I do, if I do
Mr.
it.
Sorrell.
Okay, go ahead.
Enough. Come on. Enough.
Okay, I've seen enough. He's just homeless and cold, and he wants to stay in jail. It's that simple.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? That's the problem here with him. He keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Nobody wants to send anybody to jail on a case like this, but when he's done it 22 times.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll also do your staff.
All right, wait a minute. Let's see here.
I'll take these two back.
So he's been in custody since the 31st, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Just go ahead. Anything else, Mr. Carmen?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Sorrell, anything else?
No.
200 fines, 100 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 4 1/4 in 11 days, credit 11. You'll serve 79 days more. If you don't pay your fines and costs, I'll let you pay those at the rate of $25 per week. I'll start that beginning on March the 7th.
So I'm doing 79 days. All right, I'm doing 79 days because how am I going to get any money in here? All right, there's 79 days for disturbing the peace. Oh, geez.
Wait a minute. I didn't give you 79 days. If you don't have any other courts you're dealing with, they're going to release you on this now.
Okay.
But you got to pay. You got to pay $25 a week starting March 7th. If you don't have the money, come here, Mr. Wahan.
I promise I will.
Listen.
Can I talk?
Listen.
I promise I will.
No. If you don't have the money, come talk to me on her before the due date. I'll be glad to give you all the extensions you need. I wish you well.
Okay.
Stop getting in trouble. You're a little old for this. Isn't that getting old?
I'm not going to get in any more trouble. I promise you, Judge, you won't see me in trouble. I promise. Hey, just take my word for it this time. I promise. All right.
He has other pending cases with us, so he's going to remain in custody.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you got to be in custody on the other cases. Does he have some in front of Judge Hess?
What case?
He has one in front of you.
What case?
All right. Shh. Come on. Stop. That's it for that case. We're at least done with that. Good luck.
What is it? Walking on the sidewalk, on the street when it's icy on the sidewalk.
All right, stop. All right, shut him down, Lisa.
Deputy, he's all set.
Mr. Sorrell, you're all set.
Yeah, all set. If I leave you 3 months, like assholes. Assholes. They're not
Yeah.
disturbing you.
It's going to be on March 5th at 8:30. And then you have a probation case. You're on probation with the court for reckless driving. And we're going to set a probation violation hearing date also on March 5th at 8:30. Is that 8:30 or 9:30? 8:30.
Oh my God.
Okay, Mr. Patnud, you're done for today.
Oh my God.
Now over to the Nisqually Jail again. What's your name, please?
Adam Bovian.
All right, Mr. Bobian, the reason we have your cases in court is because you're on probation, and apparently the city of Lacey has charged you with some new offenses. Have you been to
It's a good thing I got into the high noon. It really is.
Lacey Court yet today?
No, sir.
All right. I don't know that we're ready to do anything with this. All right. Mr. Bovian, is your mailing address on Nisqually Park Loop Southeast?
It used to be. It's not anymore. I don't live there anymore. I'm homeless now.
You're homeless now. All right. Let's see here. Let's give him a court date for a probation violation.
Oh my God. At first, at least you could say maybe he didn't know, and it's sort of like maybe he didn't realize he was on, but he is now just continuing mid-hearing. He doesn't care.
FTC.
He's the honey badger of booger eaters.
Should be a Thursday morning or a Thursday afternoon.
Oh.
Regular course.
Law Talk with Mike, the finest in legal analysis.
All right, Mr. Bovian, we're going to have you come back to court for a probation hearing February 6th at 10 a.m. We'll send over a written notice to you now. All right, so you're going to have court on your Lacey case later.
Your Honor, is the defendant being held on this, on either of these cases?
No.
I know, it's pretty cool, actually.
He may end up being held by Lacey, though. Keep in mind, he's in Lacey's custody, not the state's.
Oh.
All right, and Mr. Pazderka, we'll go back over to you at the county jail.
Is item number 18,
With the Honorable Judge Sean Perkins presiding, while court is in session, there will be no smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, and/or laying down. I would ask that if you have hoodies, that you please remove them unless for religious purposes. Thank you, everyone. Good morning to Judge. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is not interrupting? Any other retained counsels ready?
Not retained, but ready.
Wait a minute, excuse me, Judge. This Ms. Baird, did you want to do Mr. Tyrone Lewis, his sentencing, or you?
Tyrone Lewis, he's yeah, we'll do that right now. He's going to let's get drug treatment court in here for Tyrone Lewis. I got his test results back and he's positive for almost everything. So he's lying to you and me and everybody else and to himself. All right, in my opinion. All right, so we're going to get a drug treatment court down here and for Mr. Lewis, so that we can see if he's eligible for that program. Okay, Ms. Barrett.
Okay, I'll wait.
You need to see that test result.
Yeah, could you send it to me, because I have not seen it?
Yep, I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And you know what he did too, you know, he's just he tells me that I saw him in the car the last time he came down here, and he says I see him in the driver's seat of the car right now, and he says he has a valid driver's license, and that's absolutely not true either. Nothing it seems like he says.
No, I said I had a restricted license.
Okay, well that's not true.
I got the paperwork from the Secretary of State, Your Honor.
You don't.
They sent me to.
No, you don't.
They told me I could drive from
You don't have a license and you don't have teeth. Now stop it.
September 25th.
If you do, you mess that up. Because I got the paper from the Secretary of State right now, says your license is suspended, and I just printed it out a few minutes ago.
No, what I'm saying is.
There you go.
I
don't need you to say anything. So he's in the driver's seat of the car. He told me he was driving. Last time he had the ability to drive, and he doesn't. Get Miss where's those tests? Where's it? Look at all this positive. Get Miss there a copy of that.
Okay.
Still trying to fumble around with that paper.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the Secretary of State paper.
It's no good.
Okay, well they told me I had a restricted license to the 24th of March. That's what I got in the mail. And I'm still sitting in front of my house. I'm not driving.
You drove the other day?
Yeah, because of that paperwork that I had, John. I gotta find it.
And like, you know, you're sitting in your car in front of your house. You may not be currently driving, but you were driving or intend to start driving right now, and everybody knows it.
Okay, I'm gonna find it.
You're gonna find it for your own benefit. It's not doing me any good. I don't care to see it. We have drug treatment in here. Let's call it all right, let's call the City of Detroit versus Tyrone Francis Lewis, case number SP 1612649, counts 2 and counts 3, and C80888961. Appearance for the record, please, Ms. Barrett.
Good morning, Melita Baird on behalf of Tyrone Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, good morning to you. State your name for the record, please.
Tyrone Lewis.
All right, Mr. Yancey, good morning to you. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right, today is the date and time is set for a sentencing in this matter. However, I got the, we were here the other day, and Mr. Lewis had tested, so I looked at his test results, and he was positive for cocaine. It was said to me that it's potentially from some weed that he bought off the street. I wasn't really buying that, but I don't. First of all, I don't know any drug dealer that's going to waste his cocaine that's cost I don't know how many times more than weed does to put it on some weed. I just don't know how where he can come up with something like that. So I told him to come on in, and he came in and we tested him on the spot. And lo and behold, not only is he drinking, he's got weed in his system, and he's got cocaine in his system.
Okay.
So the only thing that he didn't have was the opioids. So I'm going to let, if he qualifies, I'm going to let Judge Holmes deal with him, and maybe he can get some help. All right.
Understood, yeah.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, Mr. And speak to Mr. Yancey. He's from drug treatment court. And I generally give people an opportunity to make a decision on whether they want to go. But in your case, I'm not even going to give you that option. If you're eligible, you're going over there, all right? So I'm gonna put you in a breakout, and maybe they can help you get a valid license because he doesn't have a valid license. He came in to say he's got a valid license too. All right, so join the breakout room. Have that conversation. Do you want to go in there, Ms. Barrett?
Yes, I'll go in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if somebody knows of a drug dealer that's gonna waste his cocaine like that on some weed. I just don't know. But anyway, are we ready on Lewis?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's go back on the record with Mr. Tyrone Francis Lewis. Mr. Yancey, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right. Does Mr. Lewis qualify?
From what I can see, Your Honor, from the information I have, he does qualify for specialty court, and he would probably benefit greatly from specialty court.
I don't know if he's going to benefit or not, but you can try. Coming to here lying about stuff. You're only lying to yourself, sir.
Yeah, I did talk to him about being honest as far as coming into our program, and that our judge has a really short patience for dishonesty.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yes.
Imagine everybody has a short patience for dishonesty.
Yes.
Even the dishonest person doesn't want to be lied to.
Yes.
Mr. Lewis, where are you?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Are you gonna come? You gonna try to sell Miss? Are you gonna try to sell the same stuff you're trying to sell?
Trial, and I'm on Zoom, but it's a trial, and trials usually don't actually start.
Are you trying to sell Judge Holmes the same stuff you're trying to sell me? February 6, 2025 at 8:45 with Judge Holmes. Mr. Lewis, I wish you the best of luck. I mean, you got to start off, if you really want to get clean, you got to start off being honest with yourself first, sir. That's the first thing. And it's best that you be honest with Judge Holmes.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much to Brecken for putting that together for me. That one was a little more lively. Alyssa sent me the other clips. I think I messed up my stream. It's not her fault. I was looking at them. I watched those clips and I'm like, I'm not going to do this because they just make me cranky. And then I had a little issue downloading my clip, the other clip. Basically, what I'm telling you is a conspiracy against me. Somebody wanted me to step on my own stream. That's just the way it is. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's bad karma. That's what happened. All right. It got better, sort of. It's I don't know. I'd like to say it got better, but then we're talking. We got a guy fixing his toe and a booger eater. Is that really better? I don't know. It's freezing and nasty in Chicago. I went to the gym yesterday for a workout. It was maybe 45 minutes. I left. I have to walk a few blocks, go to the gym. I left. I work out. I get done. I walk. I come back out of the gym. There's 4 inches of fresh snow, and it's just pure blizzard conditions. The point of this story is it's not worth leaving the house today anyway. It doesn't matter. So this was fun. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. As usual, behave yourselves. I'm not going to bail you out. I'll see you soon.